We're on a long hunt in eastern Alaska looking for moose and caribou. Things started out hot, but then came the mid-trip blues. Long days, lots of wind, no critters. Turning things around is gonna take some good luck, or a great idea, or maybe some good old desperation. I'm Steven Ranella. To me, hunting isn't only about the pursuit of an animal. It's about who we are and what we're made of. I live to hunt and hunt to live. I am a meat eater. The mountains of east central Alaska are about as isolated and wild as you can find. Not exactly the perfect place for a hunter whose spryest days are already behind him.
Boom shaka shaka shaka, boom shaka shaka.
But in a perverse sort of way, that's why we picked this spot for a hunt with my friend Janis' father, Janis. Papa Janis wanted to do a full balls wilderness moose hunt before he was too old, and we figured a way to give him everything he was wishing for, plus a little bit more. We flew into the subalpine ridgeline with a plan to call a bull moose up out of the timbered bottoms, and that is exactly what happened, and it happened quick. He killed a bull on his second day of hunting, and then things dried up. No game. Janis has a permit for caribou, and I have one for moose. The lack of action has us thinking that the patience game, which we've been playing quite patiently, might never pay off. We've been watching a bull way across the valley in an area that we deem too thick and nasty to approach without spooking him and whatever other moose are living between here and there. Plus, it'd be a bitch to tote back 500 pounds of meat, even if it did work out. At this point, we're thinking that it's time to do something stupid. And I have the perfect idea.
Oh, dude, I've been dreaming about that.
So the game plan.
What's the game plan?
I'll tell you the game plan. First, can you hit this with that Latvian blessing?
Oh.
He says I undid it yesterday by going into the water.
So now I gotta think about this. You're right. Okay. Enku drenku drilli dru, chetri pari piu and pu, amu dramu ritter sham u te bricks. Right there.
Now, here's the plan. The bull that used to seem as though he was in another universe now seems closer. He's not actually closer, but I just perceive him as being closer. We're gonna go over there and try to find that bull. That's a long way of saying that.
All right. And I decided, since that bull that we saw more to the left, I'm gonna go to the left.
Use that glass now.
Yeah.
What are you doing a Latvian smirk for?
Because I just couldn't see Dad up on the ridge. Just
You guys slept more. You slept more than I did yesterday.
cord of wood would be good too when you're done glassing.
All right, man.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Anyone who knows anything about a place like this knows that you shouldn't go wandering around spreading human odor all over the place. But I can't help myself. I'm a chronic walker with the idea that something very cool is over every other hill. And in this case, I'm right. We pass the butchered carcass of Papa Janis' bull, and there's a visitor.
It's a wolverine. I wonder how far away he's gonna haul that leg. As far as like large land mammals, that's the one I haven't seen. On this, in the U.S.
I think if I remember right too, they're one of the only critters that where the sons hang with the dads for quite a while.
Is that
Learning
right?
the ropes, yeah.
It's like folks.
Yeah. And then when they get to a certain age, the dad turns on his son and fight it out and go separate directions. And then they're enemies from there on out.
It's a lot like folks.
Now this trip to the other side of the valley isn't without logic. We've spent a week trying to call this bull to our side of the valley with the plaintive sounds of a cow in heat, but we cannot budge him. Maybe he can't hear the calls, or maybe he's just satisfied with his current collection of 2 or 3 ladies. It is a big hike through thick willows, but with 2 of us, we'll at least be able to get a sizable load of meat back on our first trip if we do get lucky. Janis left behind his own rifle to cut weight. If we run into a caribou, I'll gladly hand him my gun. We've climbed up into the subalpine country, above the tangled hellhole of willow where the bull's been hanging out. I throw out some calls in hopes of tugging the bull up out of the nasty and into view. Janis thrashes brush to imitate another bull, hoping to incite some territorial rage. We're at it all day with no result. Maybe we spooked him. Maybe he's laying 200 yards away with absolutely no interest in what we're throwing his direction. Sometimes in this game, there's just no way to know, which makes hunting great and frustrating all at once.
I'm about sick of this bull, man. I've been focused on this bull since noon yesterday. That's not that long, really, but it feels like forever. It does when you're just sitting around looking a couple 100 yards, waiting for him to pop up. You know how your dad conjured that bull? I think your dad manifested a bull for him and me. And then the bull was like, well, here I am. And then, you know,
Since you passed.
and I passed. And now they're like, well, he had his chance. We manifested one over his way.
Well, even if that's the case, we should probably still maintain PMA for the next couple of days.
What's that?
Positive mental attitude.
I know, man. I'm usually not one for black magic, but I'm starting to really believe in it now, man. Lavian magic. Your dad's got to be thinking that we're like a bunch of chumps because he comes out here and just shoots a moose. I was like, I don't know what the big deal is.
All this trip, I've been wanting to get over here to this side of the valley, thinking, despite all contradictory indications, that it might be the Shangri-La of moose hunting. At least I got that out of my system.
Well, it was worth a try.
The weather has been gorgeous so far, clear and cold, but now things turn around. The cold stays, but in come clouds and drizzle.
This is what it's supposed to be like. What
Right.
you've been experiencing is in,
The un-Alaska.
yeah.
We take a slower than usual morning while Janis fixes some pancakes with wild blueberries that he picked.
That Wolverine must have taken off with my spoon.
And then we head off as the fog begins to clear. We're not going to cross the valley again without putting eyes on that bull, so the plan is to glass and call from a nearby lookout until we either spot a way off bull or pull in a close one. By now we've discussed every facet of moose hunting, so we've moved on to other subjects.
I want to be a better writer. I'm thinking about going to like a writing workshop. Will you be my filter?
Yeah, I'll help you go to the right stuff. But it's not like that. You can't take that approach. It's not like, you can't explain it. Yeah, I'll help you filter
Oh,
through.
hey. Bull caribou. Actually, it might not be a bull.
Yeah, it's a bull. 100%. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You ready to abandon your moose hunt?
If you get it, while you're gutting it, I'll look for moose.
Get him.
The big herd was in here months ago. They've all migrated to the north. So we thought we kind of missed the action. But now it just so happens that we caught one straggler bull and we're gonna go after it.
Caribou are travelers like nothing else on this continent. They can travel up to 30 miles in a single day and 3,000 miles in a year. They go from feeding to fast in a heartbeat.
Because at any point in time, he's like, I need to be 5 miles that way now.
No, they just go.
There's no time and really no need for a stealth approach. Instead, we haul ass.
He's crossing the bottom.
Hey, probably no sense in worrying about the wind, right?
I would just go.
He's looking at us.
Take your shot, Yanni. Hustle.
Can you give me a range?
412.
He's too far.
What are you doing? Trying to wave him in. He might think we're a caribou. They occupy such vast ranges that oftentimes when they see something moving, they just kind of operate under the assumption they're looking at other caribou. So if you stay down on the ground like we're doing, oftentimes they want to come in and check out and see what you are. They don't want to rule out the idea of finding other caribou. We're just moving fast up a valley floor. We just look like a herd of caribou. So now he's trying to suss out what's going on. 420 from me, 4 to you.
What?
4, go.
4.
Yeah, go.
I need him broadside.
This caribou could have been long gone. He would have passed over that ridge and disappeared into the nothingness beyond. But his gregariousness steers him back toward danger.
Caught our wind. Yo! Yo! Maybe, I don't know what's moved it. Yo! Four. Look like a miss. Oh, I never see it come out though.
Shot felt good, but I lost it in the scope. I'm hoping that means he's expired over the hill.
He's down. Yeah, looks like you long shot him. Very nice placement, man. Great shot.
Might nick the scapula a little bit.
Might ruin a little meat, but not much. Excellent shooting.
Yeah. It's a pretty exotic looking critter. The one thing that was catching my eye as he was walking towards us to come check us out was I could see his hooves splaying out and see this white trim.
And you look at the size of the hoof, I mean, proportionately, it's a huge hoof, man.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, they get sharper in the winter.
Is that right?
And I think that's to
Your grip and snow.
grip on that snow, yeah.
So you know how I'm always talking about the Arctic explorer Stephenson?
Yes.
The hunters he traveled with, the natives, when they killed caribou, they'd always get the fat out from behind the eye while it was still warm. Tastes just like bread, though. I don't understand why.
It's interesting they went for that because the eyeball's never been like an easy thing to cut out.
No, but because they liked it, though. I mean, it's like you'll see, man. You had never had anything like this.
It wasn't like something that was efficient to get to.
No, it was like a thing they loved to eat. Yeah. Taste that. Tastes like flour and water. It's a weird saying.
Oh yeah.
Pizza dough.
My kids would love to eat that.
Your wife might get pissed. Feeding them raw hunks of eyeball fat.
Super high calorie content, I'm sure, huh?
If you live off just wild game, you got to get innovative and eat all parts.
Right.
You got to eat guts,
especially
and fat.
caribou, right? I mean, isn't it
Very
always
lean.
said that nobody
Very
could
lean,
survive
yeah.
the winter on just caribou? Had to have your salmon to go with it.
Yeah, lean meat.
We ought to take some of that back to camp for Pops to try.
And then bring femurs. Definitely bring some femurs.
Let's get this cut up.
A little bit of snow got dumped on the high peaks overnight. It's good hunting weather, but even if we located a moose right now, there wouldn't be time to kill it, butcher it, and pack out the meat before our pickup flights arrive. So it's a nice opportunity to sit and watch and think about our place here without the nagging feeling that you should be trying really hard to get something done. Thoughts drift to the long line of hunters that have come before us.
Oh, man.
You guys see any hooved creatures yet?
Nothing. Yeah, I was just thinking this morning how difficult it would have been, 150 to 200 years ago to survive.
So much of it's like relative to your own set of experiences, you know?
Yeah.
I think they were probably about as comfortable as we are.
Right.
The thing that always strikes me about those eras is that they did it all without flashlights.
Right.
So when it got dark, it was dark.
Extremely dark.
You could never be like, turn your light on to see what something was.
Moonlight. Yeah.
We all chip in to fix up a wild meal before the plane picks us up. Papa Janis sawed up some moose femurs so we can cook up nuggets of marrow for eating and others for rendering cooking fat.
They're supposed to percolate like coffee. Like it comes up looking like an oily kind of deal instead of a bloody kind of deal, then you're good.
I picked a big bolete mushroom that hadn't been too damaged by the freeze-thaw cycles. And we've got some caribou loin sliced crosswise and thick from Janis's kill, and we also gathered up some blueberries, which I'm using to make a sauce by cooking them down in bone marrow.
Check that out.
Your reduction here?
It's a marrow blueberry reduction.
It's tart.
Too tart?
I think that combined with a little more fat with whatever we pour it on is gonna
Oh, yeah.
have a nice balance. You know what I mean?
God, that's a good mushroom, man. Try one of those. All those bleats are good, dude.
I like the texture of it.
Meaty.
Meaty, right.
It's a meaty mushroom.
All right, what's the plan here? Are you gonna put all that meat down and then just drizzle everything else over the top of it?
That's right. Yep. So you go like that. You liberate it.
Oh, man.
Put that little scallop on there.
Ooh.
Like that.
Awesome.
Man, those sons of guns are good.
Caveman style.
Cheers.
Meat's good.
There's a lot going on there in that bite. Man.
A lot of flavor, that tartness of the berries.
Yeah. Damn, that is good, man.
There are a lot of thoughts and awarenesses that we allow to become hazy in the comfort of our civilization. But plucking a hunk of marrow into your mouth amid a pile of bones on a mountain that's beginning to freeze into winter brings them into terribly crisp focus. We live amid an endless cycle of living and dying, and no matter how much we deny that or kick and scream in anticipation of it, it's gonna happen. The real matter of life comes down to what you're gonna do between now and then.